Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rock Creek Esports Call of Duty livestream. We're here against the Kearney Bulldogs. I'm your host Landon Ward and I will be commentating these rounds. We'll see if the Rock Creek Mustangs, aka Moisty, Mafia, H-Not Birdie, and Zinko can have what it takes to win this round. First up is CDL Hardpoint. We've seen the Mustangs come through on this round plenty of times. Hardpoint is a game of strategy, but most importantly, teamwork. So we'll see if the Mustangs have what it takes. Here we go. The round right now is waiting to start. Looks like the Mustangs are Bravo. The first hardpoint is up, and the Mustangs are charging. Claim it. How hardpoint works is the team will have a certain amount of time to claim each hardpoint. If there's one member in the hardpoint, then it will be captured. However, as you can see there, if there's an enemy in there, then the hardpoint becomes contested. Right now, we can see that Moist and H.Birdie are holding the point, while the other two provide support from above. And that is a kill for Mafia. Zinco is holding this angle from above, trying to catch the enemy off guard before they have time to charge the hardpoint. Seems like Moisty and the boys are doing a great job on defense. The next hardpoint is now almost up. Every once in a while, the hardpoint will change, requiring the team to make a full rotation to the next point. If they can make it there before the enemy, it can secure them great points. Right now, the Mustangs are up 38-1. Mustangs in control of the hardpoint. However, Mafia has been taken out. We'll see if the rest of the boys can revenge him. Looks like the point contested in Moisty going in to continue defending the point, while one of the Bulldogs is trying to flank around. Zinco and Moisty are both holding the point, making sure that the enemies don't have time to break through the defense. Each one of the team members will have to find a way to contribute to defending this point. As you can see, there's 20 seconds left on the clock. The next hardpoint comes in. Zinco takes one out from behind. That is an amazing kill. However, the hardpoint is contested in Moisty, taking back control once again. The Mustangs are dominating this battlefront. The next hardpoint is now live. Zinco claiming the point early. As you can see, it's now contested, but the rest of the Mustangs coming in to aid Zinco. That's Mafia taking out one. However, Moisty is taken down with a grenade. One of the Bulldogs is flanking from the side while Zinco is continuously holding the point. It looks like the Carney Bulldogs are in control, and Moisty tries to for an attempt and claims the point. That is now with Moisty and H.Birdie coming in for the aid. That is a full point control for the Mustangs. Moisty is now continuously holding the point, and once again, the point is over. One of the hardest points to take in this map is the one in the middle. But luckily for the Mustangs, they're off. As you can see, Mafia and Zinco are already at the next point before it spawns in, securing them an early hard point. Some of the Bulldogs are trying to make their way to the point, however, Moisty, Mafia, and Zinco are holding their points. Looks like one of them broke through, but not for long, as Zinco takes them out. As you can see here, 3 of the Mustangs are over there, while Mafia holds an angle, potentially catching an enemy off guard in this corner. However, the enemy is trying very hard to flank and take control. Will they be able to? Only time will tell. And that is Mafia down. Well, here we go. Goes back, holding the hard point. You see there's a new hard point up, and it looks like the Mustangs have already claimed it. That is an amazing, amazing rotation. Zinco gets flanked from the side, securing one of the Bulldogs a kill, giving the Bulldogs 2 different kills. H.Birdie is now the only one on the point, and it looks like he's been taken out. The Bulldogs now have control of the point. Not to worry though, as the Mustangs have to play ready. And that is H.Birdie claiming the point once again for his team. The Mustangs give him call out. Their teamwork is striving in this round. That is a kill for Mafia. Next hardpoint is now up and alive, and the Mustangs have already claimed it. The rotation in the next point is really what is winning in this game. It seems like the Bulldogs just can't break through. It's one of the hardest parts about DDL hardpoint is breaking through defenses. As you can see, a Bulldog tries to make an attempt, but is taken out, or at this point it can be initiated. Bulldogs now have the hardpoint. The Mustangs, though, are ready for a side. Hardpoint contested. Mafia is down as well. The Bulldogs are in control of the hardpoint. Zinco securing a kill and bring the hardpoint back. That is what I like to call teamwork. That was an amazing flank, perfectly executed by Zinco. Moisty is now on his way to the next hardpoint. It looks like the Bulldogs. Mafia, though, swinging in, securing one kill. But the Bulldogs now have control of the hardpoint. Looks like it's a 1v1 between Mafia and Snoot, and that is Mafia's kill. Bulldogs seem to be trying to do some sort of a plan. The Mustangs' pressure never stops. Round win for the Mustangs.
She good though? Y'all didn't switch?
Hawks versus Rock Creek Mustangs scrimmage. Right now, the Mustangs are in the lead by winning one game. Looks like there was a mess up in the rounds. They're not yet, not yet. Alright, we're back after some technical difficulties. It looks like the Rock Creek Mustangs are still not in control yet. This is game number 2 for the Rock Creek Mustangs and Kearney Bulldogs scrimmage. Whoever wins this round will win the next game. This is just a scrimmage, by the way. The Mustangs have already made it to state finals, so this is more or less just for practice. Moss seems to be shooting the walls. I have no idea what he's doing, but maybe he has a plan. There goes his grenade. Hitting absolutely nothing. Man, Mafia has a very interesting strategy going here. No idea what it is, but we'll see if it works out for him. And, again, shooting the wall. And it looks like it did, somehow. They won that round. That's Mafia, guys. Round 1.
I can't invite Charles, dude. Maybe I can.
The Mustangs are now on attack with Zinko, the bomb. The rest of the Mustangs are following Zinko and trying to get the plant off. And A-Shot Birdie just got grenaded. That is embarrassing. Zinko with the bomb, making a plant. Or at least trying to secure some ground. It looks like one of the Bulldogs is trying to go in for attack. We'll see if... Oh, and that is a kill for Moisty is down. This is not looking great.
No!
Oh! Yes. Right there. It's another win for the Mustangs.
Gonna reach it.
Final kill for Mafia. Look at that recoil.
I wish for 360.
With Rock Creek Mustangs in the lead 2-0, the Kearney Bulldogs will have to think of something if they even want to stand a chance. The Mustangs are now on the defense, moving towards A, possibly B as well. H-Shot Birdie going for a flank. We've not seen too much action from H-Shot Birdie, but hopefully we will see some in the future. H-Shot Birdie changes his mind as he goes running the completely opposite direction. Here comes Moisty, along with H-Shot Birdie. H-Shot Birdie's running, sprinting, sliding, anything that can get him through, and oh, he's been hit! H-Not Birdie takes down the enemy, and that is a final kill for H-Not Birdie. On all glass, by the way. Shout out to H-Not Birdie who saw him. Oh god. On all platforms.
You almost had him too.
Okay, H-Not Birdie is a rapper and a gamer. Mustangs now lead 3-0. The Kearney Bulldogs must be really upset because they have not gotten anything done. Maybe they will this time. We'll see. But the Mustangs are on the attack. Zinko with the bomb, charging in at front. Seems to be taking one kill for Zinko. He's won. And that's his second kill for Zinko. He is on a roll. H-Not Birdie seems to be sliding again, and oh no, that is another kill. Wow, that was an amazing quick sweep for the Mustangs. 4-0. H-Not Birdie getting salty as Zinko kills, but what happens? Isn't that good? Mustangs up now 4-0. Kearney's plays are now just getting corny. Mustangs are now on the fence. Moisty throwing a grenade at the air. Hopefully getting something, and absolutely nothing. Hits the wall. That's okay though. Moisty is now taken out. Now looks like, yeah, it's just now it is Mafia. And H-Not Birdie is low as well. They're defending B very well. We'll see if this works out for them in the end. H-Not Birdie has had some very interesting strategies as well. He seems to be running in a complete opposite direction. For what reason? Only H-Not Birdie knows. And that is H-Not Birdie taken out. Maybe his sprinting strategy did not work. However, Mafia seems to have a plan. Get a close-up. Look at this angle. Seems to be going around. Sees an enemy, but the RCXT, which is pretty much his remote car with a bomb attached to it, is going in. And oh, it is now Mafia versus iBubbles. Mafia holding the angle. Beautifully thinking of a plan. If iBubbles can get a plant, Mafia will have to defuse. However, it looks like that might not be happening. Mafia getting good shots off. If he can defend for just 12 more seconds, the round will be won. iBubbles will have to make a play fast if he's going to take out Mafia. Oh, that is Mafia down. Alright though, the Mustangs are still up 4-1. Kearney has somehow managed to get around, but that is a clean kill. Here we go with the Mustangs on the attacking side once again. Look at this teamwork. All the boys moving in. Zinko up front, going in to take the kill. And Zinko, that's one kill for Zinko. H-Not Birdie sliding in. Can he get a kill? Hopefully, and oh, that is H-Not Birdie taken down. Zinko coming with the assist though. And wow, what a quick sweep for the Mustangs. Rock Creek, 2 sleep.
That's my kid.
Mustangs can secure one more round. This game will be theirs. Moisty and the guys moving in. Let's get Moisty's perspective. Moisty has proven time and time again that he can be a very interesting part of the team. Oh, that is Zinko down. Mafia, Moisty, and H-Not Birdie still alive. They can still win this round. And Moisty sees one of them, shoots, but doesn't seem to be able to land the kill. Now, 3v2. H-Not Birdie shooting the floor for some reason. H-Not Birdie's movement is, some people will call immaculate. However, his aim, well, we'll see. Mafia going in with one of the team members. That is a kill for Mafia. Look at that play. Mafia and H-Not Birdie move in to defuse the bomb. Mafia defusing. H-Not Birdie defusing. While Mafia goes back to his shooting the wall strategy. I have no idea why he's doing this, but it sure does look awesome. That is a win for the Mustangs. 6-1. The Rock Creek Mustangs pulled through for that game. We'll see what happens next time, the next game. By the way, the Mustangs have one more game against Kearney. Whoever wins this will win this scrimmage. It's 1-3, and the Mustangs are still, right as of right now, up 2. We'll see what happens in the next match.
I heard him earlier, but I invited him. I'm gonna give me a chocolate muffin.
Mustangs can win this entire game, the scrimmage will be won. And it seems like the boys are already on. Moisty's taking out one of the Bulldogs. He is holding a crazy angle. Look at him. This is amazing. Moisty getting the angles, while H-Not Birdie slides in to assist. Moisty's taken out with Zinko on the Avenge, though. And Zinko's going in again, taking out another Bulldog. Zinko is on a roll. H-Not Birdie's holding the point. He is back in his game. Looks like two of the Bulldogs are trying to make attempts on this point. Contested, and Zinko takes out one. Zinko is laughing it up. Takes the enemy out.
I think that's sad.
There's now a new point at A.
Oh my god.
Bulldogs are trying to take point A. But Zinko takes out one of them. It looks like their attempt is almost a complete fail. With 3 seconds on the clock, the Bulldogs will have to secure this point to win. And that is, well, that is almost wraps for. Oh, Moisty takes out another one. That is round 1 win for the Mustangs. Kearney Bulldogs fully wiped. First to 3 on this game. The Mustangs can secure 2 more rounds like that. They will win full scrimmage. Check out this kill by Moisty. Let's just say the competition is getting slippery. The Mustangs are now on the attacking side. They'll have to take both point A and B in a given time in this round. Looks like 3 of the Mustangs are moving together. Zinko makes his own. Zinko right. The Mustangs are now in hard pursuit on point B, with the Kearney Bulldogs trying to defend. However, H-Not Birdie taken out. Mafia is holding the point though, and Zinko taking out another Bulldog. Zinko is on a roll. Kills. Mafia and H-Not Birdie both on point B, doing as best they could through securing their team in progress. They've almost completely taken point B in the time that took the Kearney Bulldogs to even try to get one, and that is point B secured. Mustangs now only have to take A, and this round will be theirs. Looks like Moisty's already on it. Placed the kill streak there. Looks like Moisty is getting ahead of the game. That is Mustang taking point A with Moisty in the same spot. H-Not Birdie and Mafia all together. H-Not Birdie's on the fountain. Oh, one of them taking out Moisty, however H-Not Birdie can assist. They are holding this point very well. Zinko is also holding the point as well as he can, and that is another kill for the Mustangs, and that is point A taken. What a complete sweep for the Mustangs. You can see that is what happens with teamwork and dedication again. That is an amazing kill. Zinko. Mustangs can win this last round. They will win this entire scrimmage against Kearney Bulldogs. It looks like the Mustangs are already on it. The Mustangs are now on the defense. H-Not Birdie aiming in. He's going to take out the enemies coming through. H-Not Birdie sees the enemy, reloads. Point. Looks like the enemy might be going for a flank. H-Town Birdie needs to watch as many angles as possible. Otherwise, he runs the risk of being taken out. Seems like the Bulldogs are trying to take an attempt at taking A. However, it fails miserably as H-Town Birdie takes out the competition. H-Town Birdie holding A, running back and forth, pacing. H-Town Birdie is getting shot at. Will he be able to hold the point, also taking out the enemy? We will see. Oh, that is H-Town Birdie taken out. However, Zinko and Mafia moving in to avenge. Bulldogs have 8 seconds to take a point. If they can't take the point, then that will be a complete game for win for Mustangs. And 3, 2... Kearney Bulldogs are on point B. If they can take this point, it will give them additional time. However, let's see if Moisty can make a slick play. Moisty taken out, with the Bulldogs taking B. The Mustangs need to move quickly if they're going to be able to take B back. Mafia moving in from behind, with H-Town Birdie going in. H-Town Birdie is going in, trying to make the point uncontested. He goes in with the assist. H-Town Birdie is spitting bars like hard. And that is a scrimmage win for the Rock Creek Mustangs. An amazing show. That was honestly one of the best CDL hard points I've ever seen. Mustangs made support for the Bulldogs in many of the game modes. You can see Mafia with the last kill. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Lennon Ward. We'll see you next time on the Rock Creek Esports Call of Duty livestream.